I've learned in Lagos especially, there are way more acquaintances than
Way more,
friends.
way more, and that's what it is.
Now my guy is a lie.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's.
I'm glad
it's
that
down
guys
to,
are learning this because
No,
people
but
don't
the
know each
thing
other's
is-
names.
No,
but
you know what's funny?
We actually
We've
do know.
always known this,
We've
but
always known.
it's women sometimes, and I
That
understand.
take it
And I understand where you guys
more.
are coming from.
Yes,
Like
exactly.
you guys will always see us together and say, "Hey, you should
It's
know him
not
by
your
now,"
guy, it's
but
not
you
your
don't
friend.
understand. There's so
Exactly.
many guys I know. This is the level I know them.
We're talking about who?
Sister,
What?
you say you want to talk about our girlfriends on the podcast?
No. No, there's no need for that. Sorry.
I didn't say it like that. Wow, Michael, I can't believe you threw me under the bus like that.
No, I gotta look out for my nigga. And
I'm screaming. So I didn't say I wanted to talk to you guys about your girlfriend.
I'm not hiding her from the world, but you know,
But she's a secret.
no, she's not a
Wait,
secret.
let me
Yeah,
even
I
tell
think-
you
yeah,
the
I was
context.
You know, there's some
Yeah,
things you
I'm
don't
not
say.
saying.
The funny thing, if you check my feed and post, you'll see her, but you'll not see the direct say, "Oh, my loving girlfriend," and all that. We don't need to
Well,
do that
me you will,
anymore.
because me I did. So
On your feed?
Yeah.
on my
On his
story.
stories.
Aha.
Okay, my
I saw
feed.
that.
Well, to be fair, I don't even post myself on
no,
my
I can
on
do
my
so. I was
feed.
like, on my feed, it's you will actually see us
Right.
together, but you're not
Bro,
going
my
to
feed
see
is
the whole
Menisms,
post,
man.
all that
That's
She's
stuff.
the one
all
that's
shit
on your
that's
lock
there.
screen.
Yeah, I'm not hiding her.
That is so cute.
I mean,
Yes.
that's also.
So
Mine is even
let
a
me see your
shuffle.
lock screen.
Yeah.
Well, it will change in a few seconds. Yeah, it's on shuffle, so it's.
That is super cute. Tell me what's your lock screen? It's yourself. Isn't
Me.
it? Yeah, me too. Mine is wow.
Yeah.
Okay, mine is flowers at the moment.
Mine is me.
because it's on D&D. So, but then I didn't say I was going to talk about their girlfriends. So let me tell you what I said,
Okay.
which is very interesting. So it ties into the topic of our conversation today.
Love that.
We're talking about what I know now in the context of like things that we're standing on in the past, and then like now your mind has sort of kind of shifted.
Yeah, like phone calls.
Fair.
Did you say like what did you say?
Like phone calls.
Like phone calls. So my
To
point
me,
was,
don't ever call me. If you're trying
Really?
to reach me out, text. If you're not...
did you ever like phone calls?
No.
He doesn't like
But
phone
now...
calls.
No, but why don't you like phone calls?
Yeah, why?
So to me, it's... I feel like I don't have as many seconds to process what you're saying because I'm just thinking about so many other things. And so I'd rather you send me a text
So you can meditate on what they've said.
and then think if I want to respond to it or not. As opposed to you're talking to me on the phone and I have to
See who's the
respond.
troublesome one
I
now.
don't feel you have to
You
respond.
know what's so funny is that you seem like the more troublesome one,
It's
but he
PR.
obviously is.
If you get to know me, I'm the most...
Murewa
I am
has
the
very
most
good
laid
PR.
back. It's the PR. See, I'm misunderstood.
So
But that's also weird because now I'm literally... If I wasn't here, I would be on FaceTime.
interesting
Wait,
I'm on
what do you mean
FaceTime
be on
20
Face-
hours out of 24.
What do you mean on FaceTime 20 hours? Why?
with your girlfriend.
Yes.
Oh, shit, I can't
So
even do
that's-
that.
Whereas
that's
before
the
So you
exception to
you
the
don't
rule.
hate phone calls.
Actually, thing is,
He-
all my
exactly.
talking
Exactly.
stages, they all, in fact, they know I'm the guy who don't call him if you're trying to reach out to him. Just text,
Jesus.
he'll respond. Everybody that I've talked
But
to,
then if
courted,
you like,
they know.
them, you'll FaceTime and call one.
Even her, when we were talking, I used to tell her the FaceTime is too much. Why?
So
But
But
now
then
it's
when
not
I
too
now,
much.
but I think it has to do with being in love, and so now, bro, we're on the phone all the time.
I can't even.
She was even going to call me, but I left my
My
earphones
own
in the car,
babe
so
knows
that's-
that she can't be
Damn.
calling me and all
Wow.
that. I hate it.
Now you people
Yeah.
are enjoying.
So it's
though.
not that you
Jesus Christ, am I
So,
a
so it's
mom?
weird. I
It's
hate it,
just-
but
Like you guys are getting
the
calls
conditions
like
that I do.
No,
Yeah,
we
but
don't.
yeah.
I don't do
You
phone.
don't?
We don't need to do. Well, luckily she stays in Ikoyi, so if I really need to see how we see each other, I'll just stop by her house, chill for a while, at least to see him. But I don't do the whole phone call for hours. Even during the tour last time, it was a struggle. FaceTime. By the time I do 2 hours, I say, "Oh yeah, baby, I'll
Can
call you
ne-
back
what?
later." I'll bet you.
Okay,
20
bro,
Obviously-
by the time I'm even done, we're seeing
obviously you
7
hate
hours,
me.
7
Huh?
seconds.
Really?
And then if the phone calls is, network, I'll call you back.
I can't do
Wow.
long
Oh,
phone
shit.
calls.
Don't worry
Like
about that.
I don't know how
I
guys do
sleep
the
off
6
with our
hours.
FaceTime on. Like,
wow, that is some
That caused the
textbook
breakup
high
of
school
my-
romance
my
shit. That's
last
cute.
relationship.
Hi guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Lowkey Relatable podcast.
Yeah.
I'm Valerie and Tommy's over there.
Timmy.
And this episode is super exciting because we have Michael and Murewa from the Menisms podcast.
oh, not me doing the peace sign. Damn.
Did you guys
As
do
in,
the sign?
I was gonna do, but
Wow.
I'm like, that would be so
30
30 plus. So I was just like,
It
give them
does
the
give
pose
them-
and shit, just like, yeah,
I think
thank
it
you,
gives 30
welcome.
plus for men, not for women.
I can use 30 plus
There's
for
no 30.
everybody.
Yeah,
Do you think
30
so?
plus women.
100%.
Yeah, it's for everybody.
So
You
what
know
do
they
the
said-
Gen
you know
Zs
the-
do?
You know the aesthetic they said for 30 plus
Well,
women.
how did they
is
do that hats? That's it.
No,
You
like
see, I can't
if a
even do
camera's
it.
coming up, they don't go,
I think they do.
nah.
Or they do like this.
Yeah, maybe
think
that
that
one.
this is a Gen Z.
What,
Yeah.
Gen
Ew.
Z?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a girl thing?
It's more
Because
Gen
you
Z than
you
it's
guys
not.
are making it sound like you didn't have your stages where you probably were doing the same
I
thing.
still- I still do it.
I don't think I've ever done
You know, it's a lie. Oh, you never would do that.
exactly.
Because of your personality. Like, you would never, that is not,
don't.
nobody can bring a camera in Tommy's face and you ever go, like, I will bend.
Yes, I agree.
Tommy's more like,
Wow.
I'm more like,
Yeah, I was gonna say mean mugs.
yes.
Me? Do I look
Yes.
so friendly and smiley?
Does she seem friendly? Do you guys think she's friendly?
Not with physical approach. No, I
I'm
don't
not.
think. She doesn't. She
Who
doesn't.
would you say looks friendlier?
Her.
Definitely you.
She's the nicer one
Okay,
out
so
of
I
us.
laughed.
look-
I
you
laughed
look
too much.
friendly.
Thing is, because I've seen you laugh more.
Fair enough.
So I just walk around Lagos looking angry.
Yes.
Fair.
Apparently. Apparently.
As long as I'm scaring these niggas, I don't give a fuck.
That's what Tommy likes. Actually, she likes it when people are scared of her.
I don't like it when people are scared of me.
She's a
But
Scorpio.
I
what-
like
ladies and gentlemen.
protecting
Why?
my space.
Murewa, she's a Scorpio.
Wait, but then you're pushing people away
I'm
without.
not pushing people away. Oh. I'm not pushing people away.
Murewa said she's a Scorpio.
I'm not pushing people away. Oh. My own is if you see, okay, being a woman in the entertainment industry, a lot of people just try to take you for a fool.
You can't laugh too
90%
much.
of
Which
the
is
time.
fair.
Where you're
enough.
laughing, as they're laughing with you, they say, "Hey, lay your daddy, check out Valerie." I honestly don't have that strength. I had it when I was younger.
So do you feel like it's with everybody in the entertainment industry, or obviously most people you come with? Because I definitely understand where you're coming from. You're not wrong.
Do you
But
know
that's
one thing I've
perspective.
learned about entertainment industry, especially the Nigerian entertainment industry? If there's an opportunity, people will take it. Most people will take
Yeah,
it.
they would.
If you
Absolutely.
give somebody way, most people will take it.
I absolutely agree.
There
I
are
feel like
situations-
once you start certain things in this industry, you can't stop it.
I guess
situations
with
I
men,
found
women.
myself in,
Say that again?
and I'm like, I never thought this person would do this.
Yeah. Say that again. What did you say?
I was saying, like, she's not wrong, I'm guessing, but it's also a different perspective, especially being a man, being a woman, especially your situations, I can imagine are a bit more tense than us now. Like, for example, now, if we're talking about what we're talking about now, as a guy in the entertainment industry, girls moving to you are girls that are mainly like, how do I explain it? The girls that come to the parties and all that, they'll be
Yes.
the ones to fling
Those are
themselves
people
in, like,
trying to get
they're
on
trying.
the
But then
scene.
for you guys as women, I'm sure it's the guys that you're supposed to be working with,
Yeah.
or hoping there's a business that
Or
can be
working
done.
for.
Working
is-
for, that's the most
aha.
important one. Working
Yeah.
for.
Is that situation that makes it even more awkward, more stressful, and all that. Us, we
Harder
have the
than-
option to say, do we
Yeah.
want to? Okay.
I think even
Yeah.
in like simpler forms, right? If you and a guy are engaging in a bit of business and something goes wrong or it becomes tense, if you go toe to toe with the guy, it's you and him as men just dragging whatever it is
Yes,
out. Do you
it
get?
is.
Wait,
Yeah.
did you
But
just
if
say
it-
as
Yes,
yeah, no,
ma'am.
like both of you as well. But now,
At least
if
nobody will
I,
call
if
that shower.
I give the same energy, it's either I'm disrespectful.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh, there's somebody backing me behind me.
You're
That's why I
ungrateful?
have the temerity to say I do what I say.
Temerity
I'm
will not
ungrateful.
ever- will never not kill me.
And you know, one thing I noticed, like, I've noticed a lot of women in the entertainment industry. It's annoying for me personally, is that I feel like a lot of guys, some of us guys in the entertainment industry, we feel the effects of what you guys go through.
What, as in on a personal relationship?
Not even just
what do
that.
you mean?
Not even just that. There's that, but then it's also like, look at how a lot of times, like in women, like they always say, like women now in the industry, like you guys, there's certain behaviors you guys will have, or the way you guys have to carry yourself, because you know there are a lot more
Oh, yeah,
guys
yeah,
that are
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
do what you're talking about compared to the guys. Like I can easily say, hey, I don't do it, but I can't speak for every other man. I can only speak for
Exactly.
myself. But then when I say is you feel the effects is
Right, I see what
sometimes
you're
when you're
saying.
interacting with the girls now, you're gonna get that energy immediately
Fair.
before
Fair.
it's like, wait,
Yeah.
so like, but then I guess for me it's like I've gotten used to it to a point that's like I already know there's already going to be that guard there.
Yeah.
Unless me and you actually interact unless I've done something, then it's like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I get that. To be honest, it's good to be self-aware and to understand like some people are actually just going to have that energy, because I feel like there's some people that you interact with that there's people that you interact with that they know that you should have a guard up, but then they act like, why is this one even forming? And like in a twisted way, you now become some sort of thing they have to conquer, because you had that attitude. So I must do this.
Can I be messy a little bit?
Yes, please be messy a little bit.
I saw it with you a little bit.
You were? Huh? You were?
No, not in a bad way. I saw it with you a little bit, but now that you've described it, I understand it.
You saw what?
You mean like something you have to conquer?
No.
No, obviously
Wait,
not in that context. She
What
means
is
that
it? You saw what exactly?
No,
like
what I
the
mean is
mean mug.
no.
the
So you know
guard.
how she said that when she meets people, like it's gonna be like the mean. If you don't know, it's gonna be like the mean mug attitude. Like you won't see the smile. Like you won't go like this, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like if you see it from afar, right, or see it, you're just wondering like, is
No, I want to hear you very well.
No. That's not what I was hearing. That is, I want to hear the nonsense you want to say.
no, not that
It
you're.
can be a very good point. So I just want to
No,
hear
not
you
that
well.
you've done anything personal to me. I'm saying like the energy that you described just now.
Yeah.
I have seen it.
Okay.
Whether it's from afar or close, I've seen it.
Okay.
But then again, because you're explaining it,
Yeah, now you
perspective now
understand
puts
it.
like,
Yeah.
okay, because again, when you don't know somebody's perspective now,
Yeah.
you're just going to go by what you see and all that you're like,
Yeah.
okay.
But it's not just industry so a lot of people forget, right, that I was not born and raised in Nigeria, right? I think there are a lot of Nigerian things that are rubbish.
Yeah.
I think
mean,
there's
some Nigerians like us also
like,
think there's some Nigerian
there's
things that
some
are rubbish.
Nigerian
Yes.
things, that when people try and rationalize it to me,
Doesn't
I
make
just
sense,
think,
Abby.
wow, it's giving mental illness, right?
Valid.
And in the quest to protect my peace, because there was a point in time where in Nigeria it was open arms. You're innocent until proven guilty. No, jail. Everybody is in jail. You prove why you should be out.
Yeah,
So
I
I
hear you.
feel like even when people, like there are a lot of people that think, oh yeah, T has an attitude. T Garb, she has an attitude. She doesn't smile with anybody. And that is true.
Yeah.
Right? But if you already come in on that premise that I have to be careful, I can't do anyhow, when I finally see, okay, this one is relatively normal, right?
You now
Then we
listen up
can
to
start
that
doing
person.
and I
Yeah, I
can
hear
be
that.
stupid around you.
I hear that.
But there's some people that you'll be stupid with. Next thing, they'll say, oh, guy, didn't you see how when she was laughing, she rubbed my arm? Yeah, she wants that. So I don't want you.
But you see,
I don't
Murewa,
want
so you see what I'm talking
you.
about.
You look like
And
a
it's not-
Oh, we
gremlin.
suffer that.
You look
That's
like
what
a
it means.
gremlin.
Wait, explain it.
So we now have to deal with the walls she's built up because she has to deal with these kinds of guys. And so when she meets someone like me,
So I guys trying to
who
say that you
also-
guys are part of the good guys Inc.
you know what I mean?
No,
This-
so for me, I'm not even saying I'm a good. Like
It's
for
the
me,
truth.
I
There's
just know
no
how
need for
I
it.
can. Like I was laughing actually because, correct me if I'm wrong. You're from London now.
Yeah.
I actually remember when you first came back.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember though. You
I
came
do,
to one of
right,
my
together.
parties.
We worked together. I DJ'd at one of your parties.
That's
There
what I
we
said.
go.
I remember.
Look at that.
But it was like. But the thing is
Full
like.
circle moment.
Yes, it
is what it
actually
is.
EMG time. EMG times long. So it's like I didn't see you a lot, but I didn't see you a lot after then. So it's like I remember I saw you during that period, and you know how you were talking about when you first came back, like the kicking, ha ha ha. I saw, and it's like I'm not laughing. I'm saying a lot of people from, especially I always joke and say London girls, especially. Like when they first come, they come with that London girl energy that we actually love. That you're just like, yes, the London girl energy. But it's like when you are in this entertainment industry, and that's why I say when you also chill with certain dudes, which again we know, but we can't speak for every guy. A lot of girls now, and the thing is now that I understand is like, I'm about my money, I'm focused. So it's like, okay, I see why that switches. Because for us, again, even the girls that will disturb us, you can easily say bye bye, go away.
Yeah.
So I want to tell a
Easily.
story about this, but the only way I'll tell this story is if it isn't used as a clip.
I'm screaming.
It is not you, because this story is juicy. It's juicy.
Wait. Can we like give them like the like names? Is it any story that I know about?
I think I've told you now.
Is that about the person that's like that was owing you money for a show that you were doing in another city and was trying to pretend like they didn't know that they were
No,
owing
no,
you
no,
money?
no.
Okay.
No. They're different. Cool. So there's this. If you use it as clip, I'll never come back on this podcast. So Valerie gonna host by herself.
Please,
I'm looking at you because you used to edit. Very good. Cool. So going off. Oh, good guy. Right. So there are lots of guys, right, in this industry that masquerade as good guys.
of course.
However, everybody knows they're terrible human beings.
Yep.
But because they've lied to themselves so much that I am a good guy, they believe
Why are you
the
recording with
mask.
your phone?
No, he's been doing it
okay.
since.
He's
He's been like
been
that
doing it.
since.
No.
Okay.
So what Valerie said, you cannot leave me alone in this place. Cool. So this guy, all of you know him, by the way. All of you know
Now
him.
you have to tell us who he is.
No, not
No,
on the pod. I'll tell you after.
we can't say
But
names
I
on-
can't say. No. When you hear the story, you will not say, "Don't worry, don't say the
Okay.
name." Cool.
So are we putting this in the podcast or not?
Yes, but it cannot be a clip.
Clip.
Oh, it
No,
can't
but
be a
that means
clip.
people gotta watch the episode.
Yeah,
They gotta watch
exactly.
it. As you're watching,
Exactly.
go here now.
Okay, let's
Cool.
go now. Let's have it.
So now, what has happened is, for years, this man's MO has been to sleep with me.
okay.
Fair enough.
That's been his MO. He wants to fuck fair.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at me. No,
I'm
joking.
dead.
I'm looking like my problem now. Don't look at me too hard.
Lol.
I'm screaming.
So what has happened now, is for years I've just been doing, Mary J. Blige,
Yeah.
just ducking,
Low-key.
diving. Yeah. Just running. And he would always try and breadcrumb me. That's another thing. Like, if you are even trying to press a babe of a certain level, at least if you want to try and say, let me razzle dazzle well. Don't come and bring daddy.
Razzle and dazzle.
Don't come and bring daddy things in the name of I'm trying to show you shine when with my own hard work I know what I've seen. Do you
Yeah.
understand? So he would be bringing me gigs. There would be little shitty gigs. This and that and this. So one day now he corners me and he's like, today we're gonna press. And I say, this is
why-
in the middle of a restaurant. Oh.
He says whether
Wait,
you like it or not.
what?
Today we're going to
Yeah,
press.
is fucking, yes.
Wow.
So today,
Fair.
today we're gonna press. I say, I say, sir, no. I was willing to say anything and everything to get out of that moment. So we've left it. He's like, oh, I've been investing in you. I've been investing in you. I want to see you win. Da, da, da. So I had to tell him, like, if you want to see me win,
C'est
why does it
tragique.
involve my vagina? I said, the amount of men in this world that want to see me win, they are not asking to see my vagina.
vagina,
Joy,
yes.
That's where the problem starts. As I've said no to him directly, that's where the problem starts. So one day, he brings me a gig. This gig was meant to be in the abroad, right? Now, what people don't realize, and I thank God that, I'm a little bit quiet on social media, is people don't understand the relationships I have,
Yeah.
right? So one of my guys has already said he was meant to handle this festival, but he's got too much on his plate. So he's put my name down, but this is the person that's handling it. And this is the person, and this is how much you're making. So I already have all the details, right? This man, if I give him this nickname, everybody will know what I'm talking about. Anyway,
I'm dead.
this man, right, now comes to me and says, I want to put you on. I have a festival I want you to do.
Haven't you already been told about the festival?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he doesn't
not
know
by
first.
him.
Okay.
So I've just been waiting for him to tell me about it. Do you get?
Okay.
So my own is, if he doesn't tell me about it, I'm going back to my friend and saying, oh, girl, they swallowed your money. Do you get?
Yeah.
So he comes and he's like, so they were meant to pay me 15K for the gig, right? He comes and he says, oh, but it's a new festival. All we have is 2005. But I will pay for your manager's ticket, right? So I'm like, so I call my friend and my friend is pissed. I'm like, you know what, yeah? In that side of the world, people have been asking for me to come, right? So me, I am a finesser. I can finesse anything, anywhere. So I said, let him give me the money. At least that's change I'll put in my pocket. And I know how much I'll make when I'm out there. So what has happened is he has, in his benevolence, he has agreed to pay for my manager's flight, right? So as he has agreed to pay for my manager's flight, he sent me Naira, yeah, to pay for the flight, right? And then a bunch of things happened. Let's fast forward. Long story short, right? I never got my own flight for that festival.
Which means you never got your flight.
I never got flight. They dropped me from the booking.
Okay.
And why they dropped me from the booking, right, was because he signed a contract on my behalf. So the contract I had to do, there was a bunch of things that I had to do, right? And obviously, I didn't sign the contract, so I didn't see the contract.
So you didn't know
right?
what you were supposed to be
So
doing.
they dropped me from the event, yeah, as per, well, she's not doing what we need her to do. What she signed, she'll do. So So they want to start a lawsuit against me because obviously I've been paid and this and that. And I find this whole thing out. And do you know what I do? I carry my bag and I run. I find out the contact details for the festival. Call my guy. This is what's happened. I've done damage control for myself. Now, you guys need to understand, in this time, I'm trying to reach out to him. I've been trying to reach out to him. He's saying one day he's in the hospital. One day a bird has carried him into the sky. One day the dolphin have carried him to the marine kingdom.
There's nothing more unavailable than a man that doesn't want to answer you.
100%. All of these things, yeah. And then when the time I was gonna let it go, but my mind spun when I saw him at a wedding, and he told me he was in the hospital. So I said, I bet. So I went, found out the people that ran the festival, and I literally just sent all my evidence.
Obviously.
They called me and they're saying, you've got to be fucking with me. I said, no, this is what's happened. I have heard that you're trying to start legal proceedings against me. My advice is you face the cause of your problem. Cool. After all of that now, he's now found out from the festival, right, that I told them what was up, right? So now, guess who is so available?
Of course,
The man.
Guess who is belling me down?
But like, it's so crazy that it transitions from
It gets
him trying to
worse.
fuck you, and then you saying no, and then him shafting you from a festival, and then like
It gets worse. Cool. So now I remember messaging him, I'm at the beach. I don't have time to talk. What's up? Then he goes, I'm angry at you. And I said, I'm angry at you too. So let's be angry at each other together. Yeah. Next thing he says, wow. You know when like there's a certain age bracket of man, yeah, that when they say wow, they don't mean like, they mean wow.
Like you this small girl.
40 plus. 40 plus.
Girl, I'm gonna show you.
he's giving 40 plus. For
That's
sure.
it.
So I'm out one day at an event, living my best life, and he walks in. And the entire time he's staring at me. You know when you say to yourself, Oluwa told me, cock up, because something gonna happen.
Jack up.
Something gonna happen. So anyway, ignored him. He was staring at me. Everything. The night ends. As I'm leaving, I feel movement behind me.
Aspar.
And out of the corner of my eye, I realized that he's followed me out of the club.
Oh my god.
So as he's followed me out of the club, yeah.
The story just keeps getting worse.
As he's followed me out of the club, right? This is why I say
Flashback.
I don't want to be friendly. As he's followed me out of the club now, he's like walked ahead. So I'm just like, oh, thank God. Maybe you just want to grab a thing from outside or something from, okay, well, thank God. That's how he now stops at the gate. He said, you owe me money. That money you owe me, you're going to pay me. I said, I don't owe you any fucking money. Don't come and talk any smack to my face. Don't do that. Don't
money?
do that.
Your
I said, what
manager's-
fucking money?
As in the manager
I said,
took care
I'm
of
not
everything.
even, let me tell you the worst thing. I'm not even getting I'm not doing any of that. I'm going to sell you. I don't owe you money. Wherever I don't owe, what fucking money are you stupid? So now I have decided not to go back and forth with him, and I'm trying to leave. He blocks the exit. So I'm just like, oh my God, you're going to beat someone today. You're going to beat someone's daddy. So a couple of my friends, thankfully, came up to the gate. Yeah, as they've come up to the gate now, they're like, what's wrong? It's like, this girl is a thief. One thing, you're not going to call me a name my mum didn't name me. Yeah. So I started talking out of my neck. I really
Talking out of my neck is
you know,
crazy.
like there's some men that
I've
it's
seen
like
that. I've seen that.
it's like, is it you that's talking to everything I was saying? No, let me give you a fighting tip, guys and girls.
Not fighting tip.
Do you know how to paint somebody?
This
You
babe.
say the truth.
Oh wow.
You say the truth, but you say it in an aggressive manner. So they know that, wow, they are a bastard.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you say it. So I was telling him the truth. I was like, you think I'm going to be scared of a fraud nigga like you? Of all the people in Lagos?
To be honest, he really did fraud because he collected the 15K,
Yeah,
right?
100%. 100%.
Damn, that's a big back. Wow.
Do you understand?
So at that point, yeah, there's nothing he can say. There's nothing he can say. He's getting angry. He's grabbed my bucket hat off my head. I think he thought I was going to start. No, give it back. I said, keep it. You think I don't have money to buy? I have beer.
Tommy, you like
I'm
to
just,
fight.
I swear.
Oh
The
my
next
God.
thing I hear is, I'm going to shoot this girl. I'm going to shoot.
He said he got you too.
Wallahi, he
you have a
started
gun?
in his bag.
you have
Oh,
a
I know
gun?
he carries a gun. That's the problem.
Oh, niggas carry.
Yeah, niggas carry in this country.
Because
Shut up.
who do you want to stop?
trust
You
me,
like can
I
carry Mopo if you want to. So if you carry a gun, it's very easy.
Yeah, he said, I'm gonna shoot you at a stupid South London girl. I said, if you shoot, make sure you kill me. If you
Tommy
Omo,
and Agbero, honestly.
stand off at dawn. But that is just to show, and it's an extreme example, but it happens.
It-
to be.
I was-
very,
I-
very-
It's
you
an
see how we just
example
kept
of
quiet.
why I don't like smiling with people in Lagos.
But then, do you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, for me too, I've been through the same thing as a guy, where, especially this last year, I saw a lot of shit. Well, I've seen it for years, a lot of industry shit. But I'm the kind of person. From the outside, you think I'm really in the industry. But if you get to know me, you know I don't really involve myself in that. I mind my business. That's why I like doing my own parties
that's
most of the
right.
time, right? And especially this last year, I started seeing a lot of the bullshit with the industry. That's even why I took a break, like, to start this year. What's that?
Industry cannot kill you.
Happen. But
Listen.
it's like what I was saying though is that at the same time, I try not to let that be my full decision maker on how I carry myself with people, how I move with people. Because I have been at that
Okay,
point where it's
fair.
like because of those other people, now I'm like, man, fuck everybody. I've been in those moods for a while. But then I guess that's where for us as guys that sometimes see it, we always wonder like, again, for you women it might be more extreme because look how you just said that.
think
There's
men
no
have
girl
the
that's about to
luxury,
stand me off in a
yeah.
club saying, shit, God forbid, child, let me not. You don't know.
Don't
ah.
be
You don't know.
That's why I said you don't know, but I'm saying the
No,
likelihood of
but
a girl
it's
to come out.
less.
Yeah.
I think
Exactly.
men have the luxury of giving people in general the benefit of the doubt when
I
it
think
comes
so.
to who they are
I
as their
think so.
character.
I think so.
I feel like I always say this, like one app I hate is Twitter. I hate Twitter so much.
I don't like
I
Twitter
hate
anymore.
Twitter. Is such a
Because it's
dirty
so because
app.
everybody feels like their opinion is valid.
Your
and it's
opinion
like,
is
bro,
not valid.
chill
It doesn't
now. Just say
matter.
your opinion and go.
No offense, respectfully.
Tommy, please don't kill me.
But
she
I
said
just-
your opinion doesn't matter respectfully.
No, but I get it because
Do
some
you know
people
how
hold their
many-
opinion to the
Do
higher.
you
You're
know how
allowed to say
many
your opinion, but
topics
to
agree.
in this life
I agree.
that my opinion does not matter.
and do you know the worst part? In Lagos, it's the worst because there's over-familiarity. Hey, well, hey,
Familiarity.
master's holder, Mayowa, master's holder. Thank you, help me. There's
Too much
that.
familiarity.
There's too much familiarity because
Let me
people
finish.
feel like, oh, I always see your social media. Oh, I always see you out. We have never sat down to
And had a
discuss.
You
conversation.
don't know me from anywhere.
Yeah.
You don't know me about anything.
And I think that's my issue as well
Yeah,
because
so-
I grew up fighting. I was a little.
You know what's
But you had to let it go at one point.
No, it's not that I'm going to continue fighting.
Are you pushing
Yeah.
to this baby about stopping fighting?
You are mad. Anyway, I'm the type of person that to avoid fight, you avoid disrespect. One thing I haven't grown into in my grown woman phase is learning how to like digest and deal with disrespect.
But you know what's funny? Nigerian men, especially, they like that thing when you fight back. It's like an attraction.
Yes.
Oh my
There's a
God,
lot
I'm
of guys
so
like
dead.
from like
I'm
there's
not
some
even
guy.
trying to
It's like an
defend
attract.
it, yes.
You don't understand. You attract. You don't understand.
Oh,
To
yeah,
guys
they
like,
find it hot.
oh,
They
she
find it
she
hot.
likes me that way
She's feisty.
because she's fighting.
Nigerian
That
men
means she
hate
wants me
when
more.
you ignore
They
them,
what?
That's when they feel like you actually don't.
See, let me not lie to you. I even had a small phase because I had to outgrow it. Not that it was a serious fight, but it was like I had a phase where there were certain girls I was talking to where it's like I like the confrontational girls. Oh, let's go back and forth. Let's go back and forth. All right, what's up? Then
Me
eventually
that
I had to wake up one day and say, what the fuck
It's
are
giving
you
mental
doing?
illness.
No.
Sorry, I thought
I mean,
that's
to
what you
be
said.
fair-
It was gonna
No,
get.
but
I
it's
find it so crazy that you actually enjoyed confronting.
no, I
like,
don't anymore.
enjoy it.
I
He
enjoyed.
said he
I know. I liked.
he liked
Liked.
the
Okay, let me
tennis
be.
match of it
You know
all.
that, and funny enough, this is going to sound so tribalistic, but it's actually true. It was really when I was in my Igbo girl phase that time that it was like, hey, back,
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Everybody came from
Yeah,
him, not
I'm
me.
sorry.
I'm
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna be real.
You can't. I
Thank
feel
I
you.
like
did no. Notice
Thank
what,
you.
what's my
Valerie,
first
that is
disclaimer?
very
What is my
unfair.
first disclaimer?
Valerie, them
I'm not
said
trying to be
they
that
tribalistic.
is a
Go back
very
and forth for
unfair.
your
You know what?
side,
That reminds us. Let us focus on the topic of conversation. Do you guys know that we actually have started talking about the topic of conversation today for the
Jesus.
podcast? We've just gotten into it. So since Michael has released that stray bullets to all my little sisters, I'm going to fight for all of us. I'm going to get into the
You
topic
know
of
I love you
conversation.
guys. You know we had a good time together. We had a good
Thank
time.
you.
We had a
Hey.
good time. But nice 2 years. So
Yeah, I'm dead.
That's
Nice
not a little
years.
blip in time. That's 2 years.
Don't mind me.
from my whole life, I've never dated Igbo girls. I had a phase for almost a year and a half where it was nothing
Ah,
but
you picked
Igbo.
the argument.
Igbo,
You know
Igbo,
what?
Igbo.
It
No,
was-
but that's the thing. They were the final ones. That's the mad part.
They were the what?
Fine ones.
And on that note, let's move into the topic of conversation.
So
for
glad I had no
today.
comments on that.
We know that Igbo girls are the finest, like kissing points, but
Yeah, because Yoruba girls are bred, Abby.
now
Wow.
Sabi. So today we're talking about don't fuck you, Tommy.
Okay.
Today we're talking about what I know now.
I feel sorry. My intrusive thought is hitting me. I'm
What's your
sorry.
intrusive thoughts?
Because you know, even when you said I like the aggressive girls, even how I'm like, yo, when I was in London, South London girls were my faves,
Just
man.
can we
Fuck.
proceed, please? This
I used
guy
to
is
take the
unserious.
train, the overground,
He's
all the
reminiscing
way
on the
to-
days when he used
What?
to be
I
toxic.
live in Wembley. I used to take the overground to go to Croydon, all these.
Jesus Christ.
He's reminiscing on his days when
I
he used
said,
to be.
nah, I think
That's wow. Okay.
I was loyal,
Anyway,
man. Hey.
Murewa, do you have anything to
I have no
continue with?
comments.
Okay.
No, no,
So
no,
you
no.
didn't used to take the
Not
overground
like
to go
that.
to Croydon.
Nope.
Croydon is the forest, by
Not
the
even,
way.
not
What?
even. I'm,
Croydon is the
I,
fucking forest.
I liked it to an extent.
I live near Croydon now, but it's the
Now?
fucking forest.
Yeah.
I used to
Okay.
work at that, you know, the shopping center in Croydon.
Central.
Yeah, there was one time I had to do like street fundraising. The day they put me there, I made the most sales. The amount of girls I met that day. What? Sorry, flashbacks, man. Good times, man.
Flashback
Good
was-
maybe you
So
deserve
insane.
some of those bad memories, to be honest.
I'm screaming.
At this
You
point.
know what?
I mean,
Fair.
Yeah.
So we're talking about what I know now in the context of like, you know, learning from past mistakes or past experiences and like how you feel now. So I think in the past, some of us had, I think Murewa made a cough joke.
Jesus is the, me.
Murewa made a cough
I've
joke
literally been the
about
most quiet
long
here.
distance relationships. No, before we started filming.
Fair enough.
When I said like what I know now, when I was trying to introduce the topic to them before I started filming, Murewa said something about long distance relationships.
Oh.
He said he'll never do better.
So,
mean, yeah,
I feel like that is a very good way to enter the conversation.
right.
So what is your what was your take then and like what's your take now?
So to be fair, I think it was based on experience because I had experienced long distance before in my past relationship, and this was like over 7 years ago, right?
Okay.
So just the memories of what I experienced just didn't allow me open any door for that again, right? Because my premise was, if you're too far away, then it's just too easy for you to be deceitful. It's too easy for you to tell me A when it's B, especially for someone like me who, I'm a very simple person when it comes to like what people say and what I'm taking from what they're saying. Because if you're telling me A, I really would want to take A. I don't have the energy to calculate if it might be B,
I
C,
wonder
D,
if
or
they're saying
E.
B, C, D, or
Yeah,
E.
and
I
so
hear that.
just by that virtue, I don't put myself in the position in the first place. I'd rather be in a position where if you tell me A, I can also check if it's A, and if it's A, I'm like, okay, fair enough, it's A. But if I can't check, I'm gonna go with what you're saying,
Okay.
right? So already that made long distance very unattractive for me because
Okay. So
it
now
required a
you're saying-
lot
was
of.
your long distance relationship?
What happened in it?
How long?
So it was for a year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
How
and
long-
in
how
that
often
year,
did
I
you
thought
guys
we were
see in a
good,
year?
but it was after the year I started finding out that, oh wow,
Jesus.
on this day, wait, we're just 3 months
Were
in.
you
on this-
faithful?
I was actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he?
Yes.
I didn't know him then,
He
to
didn't know
be
me.
fair,
He
but I
didn't know me
trust him. He's
Yeah.
a lover. But
I
once he's
was,
in a
like,
relationship, the
yeah.
guy cuts off everybody.
Very interesting.
Tricky.
So I've never thought that long distance relationships I don't think they're my thing.
Right.
I was gonna say something else, but I feel like that's very unfair to people that do it. So like, I
No,
don't
you
think-
can't. I mean, it's still your perspective. It doesn't matter.
I
what
just
they-
feel like it's a bit of a kind of a little bit of a waste of time.
is what I always used to
It
think.
depends.
Especially if it's indefinite.
So let me say this, especially
What do you
if
mean
one,
indefinite?
like you
there's
guys don't have
Like,
any
there's no-
plans.
there's no
I'm
plan
going for
to, like-
school for my
One.
master's.
That you
And
know there's a
then-
time cap.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you understand? And also, if you guys don't see each other often,
I did
Yeah.
long distance for 3 years.
and were you seeing each other often?
4 in the whole calendar year, we probably saw each other 3 times.
Jesus.
4.
That is often enough.
'cause
3-4 times a year, right?
I moved back 2018. We started then, and then we broke up. Okay, it was long distance for 2 years because we started dating 2018, and then we broke up 2020. It was long distance that whole time I was in Nigeria, and I only saw her 3 times in the year because that's when I started NYC.
I
That's
feel
when I
like
started
that
working.
is
3 times a
often
year
enough.
is decent.
There are some
especially-
people that are in
especially
long distance
international.
relationships that don't see each other.
No, I can't do
That's
that.
not a long distance relationship.
That's
your
a pen pal.
Even the 3. Wow, connected. You guys are connected. No, even me, that 3, like, it's funny enough, before, I'm like him. Before I said, oh, long distance. Now, be like you said, unless there's a time, like now, I can't do it because I
Okay.
realized even just like, look at where is it today?
Fair enough. So
Yeah.
how about you? What's something that you did before and that you just like don't do anymore, or like you
There's a lot.
didn't do before? So something that has been pivotal to your character development. Let's say.
I would say something I used to do before that I don't do anymore.
Yeah, or something,
Obviously,
or something
I'm
that
not-
you stood on, like you were like, you know what?
10 toes. This is
This is
the
it.
hill I die
And
on.
There
it's
were
like-
certain kind of girls I was dating before that I'm just
Argumentative ones.
them, the argumentative girls, the stubborn girls. I'm not saying you guys are bad people. You guys are good friends, but once it passes friendship, the tension, the wahala, I thought I could handle it, and I wasn't mature enough for it. I just liked the thrill of it, and then I just couldn't do it anymore. Like, and I also said before I couldn't date Lagos girls, and then I ended up dating Lagos girls, and that was the best. They were the best. I can't lie.
Oh yes, I remember. I used to always.
Yeah,
No, say what?
No, never mind.
Look, let me see. I can say it on this show. It
Let
was
me
PR.
know, man.
It was PR.
Yeah, because I was like, this
Blaming
TikToks.
a lot of bad behavior.
No, so let me
PR,
bust your head.
but
So
this
so
is
let me say the
easy.
truth. Let me say the truth now, So let's be real. What it was is that time you met me, even that time, that's when I was in my long distance relationship,
Okay,
and the
yeah.
girl was American, but she was Nigerian.
Okay.
So I'd actually never dated girls because even that time I was not actually like getting with girls. Like the only time was that break one with the model,
Right.
But no, I've said the story on TikTok.
Okay.
Don't worry, I said the story on TikToks. But it's when I came back from COVID. That was actually the first time in my adult life I was actually dating women from Lagos. So that's why, if you actually notice the TikTok going back, they were so detailed. Is because I was actually experiencing all the shit
Fair
for
enough.
the first time. It's like,
Fair enough.
oh, this shit is fun. Let me tell you guys about it. This shit is fun. Let me tell. And then everybody be like, how the hell does this guy know about it? Why? I'm on streets. I'm enjoying myself.
Fair.
That's it. And even the girls too. I would actually go and sit down with the girls. I'll talk to you, saying like, what do you think about this TikTok? It's funny, Abby. You like it? Oh, yeah. All of them knew the TikToks.
Okay, fair
Right.
enough. I think well, from that angle, that's
that
okay.
I have something that is very, you might say it's controversial, but it's one thing that is, I would say it's character development, but it's not really in the positive way everybody will think.
Okay.
And for me, it has always been, or it is now. It's helped me more times than not to judge a book by its cover.
Period. Let's go.
So I used to be the oh, don't judge a book by its cover.
saw
Try
that.
to
I'm
judge
nothing
me.
like don't judge a book by its
Judge them. Like I
It's
said,
helped me.
jail. Prove
Hey,
yourself.
do you know
Prove
what's
what
funny?
she's
That
referring
exam-
Say why? Say why?
So
Is
I
it
mean,
that-
it's.
is it that girl?
Eh.
No, it's because the same girl. Is it because that one?
No,
I
say
mean,
why.
there's that on that.
Aha.
Because I've always been the, I mean, you're not what you're going through. Things are not what they seem. I mean, I would always just give you that benefit of doubt. Always give you that, show me something. I'm already thinking there's a better side to this. And more often than not, I've been fucked over. More often than not.
Damn.
It's always literally what I thought it was in the beginning, what I should have been thinking it was.
Damn.
So if I see and meet someone and I'm just like, yeah, you know what, your life seems shady. I don't know, there's just something about it. It seems shady. The me before would be like, but bro,
Let's
you
find
can't just
out.
exactly. You
You
can't
might not
just
have
say
all the
someone's life is shady,
information.
and it's not
Maybe
like
you can
everyone.
save her.
Or you can even say something like, I mean, she might have her reasons for having a
screaming.
shitty life. I don't care anymore. Like
You're shady.
simple.
You used to think
Because
you could save her.
I used to think so. I used to think like, you know what? I mean, this shady person probably has a good heart and stuff. Please,
There's a girl that
I'm
stressed the
sorry?
both of us. Like, we didn't even
Was she
know.
talking to two of you?
Not at the same
not
time.
at the same time.
In fact, but we got to find out that like she used the same routines or the same.
Ah,
game or
my
the
Jesus,
same-
God,
so
it
she's
was
an
so
expert in her game.
But
And
very
I was
much.
literally saying, did she also? It was literally that. It was literally wait, don't tell me she played that, and then she did.
Jesus.
It was literally, and then it was like, wait, did she also? I'm like, no fucking way.
Yep.
And yeah, so
Yep.
yeah.
Oh wow.
So and that was someone who.
And she will now be looking at both of us smiling. No, and we also
Yep.
wouldn't even know. Just be
Yep.
like,
That's so
Yep.
insane. It's so crazy that, like, you know, because a lot of times, the same kind of men hit on both of us.
Yeah.
So we do have those conversations.
How do you guys feel about that?
I feel
think
like
it
I
is
really
what
don't-
it is.
Free game.
It's
It's still
not-
free
it's
game.
not
There's
even
still
free
twisted to
game.
me.
It very much makes sense.
the game, like, it tracks, right? And honestly, the game is the game, right? In the sense that, like, I feel like there's some certain people that I have history with that I feel like she knows that she can't talk to,
Yeah, and vice versa.
and vice versa.
That you can or can't?
That she
Can't.
can't.
Right.
Like,
Oh,
there's
oh.
some people that are off
We
limits.
don't. Do we?
Fair
We
enough.
don't. We've never said.
No.
Well,
I feel
with women,
there's
I can understand
there-
why.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah,
understand
people
why
are
with
off
women.
limits. I feel like there's people that we don't even have to have.
But wait,
conversation
why?
about.
But then
She's
question.
just
I mean,
like-
that's very
question.
fair.
She's just like, I
Can I have a question? Can I ask you a question though? Why is it off limits if they want your boyfriend?
Because I said what I
Why is
said.
it what?
Anyway,
I feel like it's the experience.
Why are they off limits if they're not? If they were not your boyfriends?
who said they were
This
not my
is-
boyfriend?
Exactly.
Okay,
First
no.
of all-
If they, that's what I'm asking. If they were your boyfriends,
Second
fine.
of
If they
all-
weren't though,
Who said they were
Second
not
of
my
all,
boyfriend?
I feel like women, in terms of like relationships, situationships, blah, 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 women go through a lot. First of all, if she's been upset and crying, not saying she has, and crying about a guy
Experiences,
over me.
yeah.
fair.
First of all, I think just being a friend, right?
You can't possibly.
It is,
You can't.
it is in the realms of psychosis for me to now enter and say,
Oh, by the way,
That's doing
I'm now
someone
seeing
dirty.
the
And
same guy
then-
that you were
and
crying
then-
Doing someone
over.
dirty.
and then
It's just we sort of like
that's just as
Of
a
all the
friend,
people.
though. That's
Yeah.
just as a friend. Me, one thing I've learned in my life, cannot save anybody.
yeah.
The only person that can save it, God.
Yes. Or
That's why
yourself.
He said His
Character
only
development
beloved
again, like
son
I
to
said.
die
Yeah.
for our sins. I'm not Jesus. I cannot die for anybody.
Yeah.
Fair.
I cannot. So if I cannot die for you, guess what? I cannot save you.
I
Honestly.
actually already get because me, I'm selfish. Whereby even if
There's
I'm single,
no-
I don't want to. Even us finding out, it wasn't like we're not those kind of guys that you're talking to this one. Okay, both at the same time. I'm selfish, whereby I don't even want her to know him,
I'm
Fair.
screaming.
and vice
Like,
versa. I'm sure
gatekeeping.
he don't. Like,
Yeah, I mean, to be
like
fair.
vice versa. Like again, not that even like
if
I'm
it
hiding
happens
out.
to happen, I'm like,
Like,
you know
fair.
what, cool, but it's not gonna.
But
go
then if
beyond
you
this.
now
I'm
tell
not
me,
trying
by
to
the
go-
way, I used to have issue with one of your friends. Oh, we're done. No.
I'm dead.
No, like there have been guys that have moved to me, and then I will tell Valerie like, "Oh, this person." And Valerie will be like, "Yeah, he moved to me as well."
No, moving is different, and that one's different.
Fair, that one's fair game. But literally, sometimes I cross-reference. I'm like, "How far this one?" And she'll be like,
Honestly, I write fantastic referrals. If you're good to
Oh my god, I cannot do this.
Valerie is either like, "No,"
You just
as
say
in on a
refer-
personal thing, you cannot go
of
there.
my friends.
Wow.
I write a
God forbid.
fantastic
You know.
referral.
No girls
You know
should write
how
to
many
referral,
women
Baby.
are
God
doing-
forbid.
Yeah, I feel sorry for you.
I mean, actually,
That what?
that's a thing,
You
though.
don't
It's a
know how
thing.
many people
Referring
that
is
do-
definitely.
You know
a thing.
what?
That's the thing. They
If you-
can't.
If anybody asks me for a referral, best believe me that they believe the referral I give them. Because I always
I
come
mean,
with,
and that's fair.
I always
That's
come
actually.
with the receipts.
You see that thing you said though. You see,
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm a bit tactical. Whereby a lot of girls know me, yeah. But you see, me when I was single, I was never see all the girls in the same circle. It can never. In fact, if I know you, it can't even happen.
You know what's so funny? Tommy and I are not necessarily in the
I
same
won't really
circle.
say that. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think we're in the same circle.
No.
Don't kill me. He said I would say that.
I
We're
won't
not in
really
the
say
same
that.
circle.
I've
So, like,
done.
no,
in my
girls
past.
know me, but
In my
Not
past.
throwing him under the bus. Oh my god.
I mean, you mean like if girls are in the same circle, I won't.
oh, as in you.
Yeah.
Oh, you know,
would-
I thought you were talking about me, like, oh,
no,
you
no,
know,
no,
you
no.
for-
I'm saying
he
if for
would.
me, I would same circle. There are chances.
Nah, man, it's too close to
Not
home.
intentional chances.
It's too
but
close to home.
chances
You
nonetheless.
know, life happens.
Because me,
sometimes.
I don't like this. I don't like what you see how you two already like are. But you go review. I don't want that thing to.
Also, but it's happening.
too-
Okay, so it's happening.
Now,
to
if
me
you
a
haven't
lot.
by
In fact,
chance,
I made
like,
a
oh, he
TikTok
moved to
about
me
it.
at this point, he moved to me at this point, that's one thing. But if it's like actively at the same time, I don't want both of them chatting.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
really.
Give it 6
it
months,
does
even
always-
like a 6 month, maybe
But
6
you
months to go
know, so
ahead.
here's the thing. I got to find out that those things would happen to me, especially within the context of Lagos. It will happen to me regardless. The people you think are not even connected.
Yep.
Yeah, and don't
You
worry.
now find out that actually, you know what?
Yeah.
Where you now
then this person,
because
then this
they'll-
person.
And I can
friend-
imagine for you guys,
I
it
have a
happens
friend
more with
that-
guys.
I have a friend that she saw a picture of 3 guys that she was talking to, and like the 3 of them went to an event, and the 3 of them took a picture together, like they were all friends, and they're all 3 different, completely different from different kinds of walks of life,
Unless
and they
you're
were
gonna
all
start
in one
deep
picture.
diving into what school did you go to? Who did you
get
know in
me?
school? Who's your
True.
cousin? Or your
can
father?
never-
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna
have it.
and
Yeah,
even
they're
then,
cool.
and even
Lagos
then,
is too small.
even then, you still can't like
Let
nip
me
it
tell
in
you
the bud.
something. Lagos has 22 million people. Yes.
Probably
Granted.
more at this
Probably
point.
more. Probably like 24, 26, right?
Mhm.
But our kind of dating pool is
It's
so
a lot smaller.
small
It's a lot smaller, yeah.
that there
It's
is
like
no
100K
what-
people.
There is no way.
I feel so bad. I was gonna say something.
What did you
but
want to say?
My chosen stuff. Behave yourself, bro.
What did you want
Fine.
to say?
Just say it.
Okay, so you're right,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I said I used to be very, very detailed in terms of this. How fucked up I was. Not even fucked up. I wanted something different, basically. So when I was single in Lagos, I started dating girls in Lagos. Like I did it by categories in terms of okay.
Jesus.
There's
I'm
Ikoyi
gonna
babes,
drink some
there's
water.
Ikoyi babes, there's my Ikoyi babes, VI babes, Lekki babes, and past.
Michael is going to kill
That's
us. on this
one.
Sorry, pause.
What is
You
past?
mean past
As in
like
mainland?
Past
Chevron?
Lekki
Oh.
phase of
Oh my
Ikate, Aja.
Oh my goodness.
You had tiers, so that's tier 1. Tier 2, then there's IJGB.
Band A and Band B.
No, that's
Tier one.
tier 1. That's it. Then there's the other tier. Then there was IJGB in terms of you literally just got back, you're fresh home 6 months in and all,
So you still
or
got the master with
IJGB
foreigner.
that you've been here for like 2 years plus.
So you're not really a foreigner.
You know those ones that they've been here. They're IJGB, but they've been here
No
2 years
shade,
plus.
but-
You've had no shade.
Excuse me. What?
There's that. Then my third tier, like you say, best one, university. Once I used to hear what university you go to, I went to Redeemers, Babcock. I'm like, yes. Because for me, I went to school in the UK. So all the Niger babes that obviously if you were like imagine being in the UK now, you were talking to Nigerian girls that were there, you now come back, you're talking to the same girls. Why? Already take all of you out. Niger
okay.
University fresh. I don't know none of you. You don't
Oh,
know
I
me.
get what you mean. It's
We
like
get to
you-
know we get to
Fresh
know each
pool,
other now.
fresh
Finally,
pool.
you get what I'm saying? Like
Right.
because I wanted a
Hey,
different
what?
and the thing is, it worked for me because again, these girls may have heard of me.
Lying. He's really spitting.
Think
You're
about it, because
spitting.
Lagos is so small that you're
You're
going to be
spitting, I can't
like,
lie.
if I really
That's
dated
bad.
in my circle or my pool, I'm dating the same people. Oh, I talk about you dated this.
Fair.
Me, I want somebody that you went to school somewhere in the north or something, but you're just a fine girl with your head on and
But you
everything.
know, like
Yeah,
with
but this was good
way
until the social media era.
social
though.
media. Oh my god, that's what I was about
Social
to
media
say.
era
Social
changed
media-
that.
Social
though.
media
Made
era,
it
you
so
can't
much
really, you
smaller.
can't really say, oh, this person doesn't know anybody, because anybody from like anywhere can literally know anybody.
No, not saying you can't know anybody, but what I mean is like for me, the experience of us
Right.
getting to know each
Yeah.
other is like
It's
there's going to be
different.
different perspectives of Lagos already that we have.
But I saw you
Context
made a
of
comment
conversations will
about
change, stuff like
homegrown Nigerian babes. Wasn't that you?
That what?
Did you make a comment? Someone just made a cheeky remark about homegrown Nigerian babes.
No, me, I did what?
So are you sure it's not?
There was a ask him. That was a point
yeah.
they had to save me. I was in too deep.
Yeah, it was-
Remember
yeah.
my secretary?
Yes, I was about to say.
Yo,
I was about
what?
to say he
Come
was
again.
heading. He was
Okay,
heading.
that's enough.
Again.
Let me
No,
talk
no,
about
no,
my
no.
hat.
He
Let
was
me
heading
talk
in a
about
whole
what I
direction.
know
I
now.
need to know what is this?
We're
We're going to just
Secretary.
pretend like he said the secretary.
No,
phase.
what-
I actually did.
He was heading in a
You
whole
know what?
direction.
What was that?
There's a whole direction.
I need the direction.
When you're, I mean, you can see how he already had a tier.
Yes.
Tier means that obviously, like
There's levels to this.
he likes a
Yes.
certain category, and then you find yourself maybe like squatting with a tea in her apartment that is not really her apartment type of
Jesus.
tea.
Oh my.
Wait, what?
Giving her context, not giving her the actual thing.
Yes,
giving
okay.
her. So the context, like I said, is you're going from that to you're crashing over in this apartment that you know
You're
you
not
should
meant to
found
be
here.
there.
You should not be.
You're
found
not
here.
meant to
At
be
all.
there. She's good
In any
people.
form.
She's good people, but you're not meant to be
See,
there.
this is the
And
this
you
is
come
the
from
judge.
two different. There's two different backgrounds. Two different
Benefit of
backgrounds.
doubt,
But
judgment.
again,
Yes,
she's good
I was about
people.
to
She's
say.
smart. Like for me, I because I grew up in America now. Again, I give people benefit. I like to get to know people. So it's like I don't judge you from your background, but obviously we might have similarities. So coming to Lagos, same thing. It's like that secretary phase or other phase. It's like
You can say
So
with your
you,
chest.
you
don't
were
worry.
going to what's it called? What's those bars called?
What about?
shit. One of my best dates was in Solary.
You know those bars
Remember that time I
that
called
that
you?
have the trophy banner. I was like,
There
what
was a
is this?
small phase. It was a phase. Yes, it was a phase.
Fair.
Okay.
I'm back. No, I'm back. I'm back to myself now. I'm back. I'm
Okay.
back home.
Congrats.
My own, what I know now is I used to not date.
White men.
No,
Sorry.
What? I'm sorry.
Sorry. Honestly,
I needed a second.
should have
I
kept
needed
my-
a second.
I'm so sorry. I'm
Damn.
so sorry.
I used to not. Yeah, big fool. I used to not date guys that weren't Yoruba. So you had to be Yoruba. If I was going to have
Damn, where was I
anything,
when the clothes applied?
if I was going to have anything with you,
You have to be Yoruba.
have to be Yoruba.
Yeah, so
Do you
that
think
means
that
I'm
was a
not. See,
fetish?
so you too now.
What
Do you
was
think
your
that was
reason?
a
What do you
fetish?
think your reason was?
So
The
I don't want to
culture,
get
the
into
what?
it. I just had a thing for Yoruba.
Is
men.
it a
Right.
Yoruba Igbo? Because the same way us Yoruba
mean,
guys,
yeah,
there's
I
the
had
time
an
that we
Igbo
only like
phase.
Igbo phase
Oh,
also. So is
damn.
it a thing?
I had
No,
an
my
Igbo
own was
phase.
even more than a face. Like my own was like I did like if you talk to me and you just say your name is Chi O I
Wow.
Le.
I am dead.
Nope. I want to hear some
Hola.
Oluwa, some
Ade.
But then I used to think that
It's killing me.
Yoruba, like there's just this thing about like a Yoruba man in trad with the chain and the palm slip.
They've won this one over.
Ah.
Okay, so what changed that then?
Yoruba
Oh, it hasn't
they
even
showed
changed.
me shade gay.
Oh, right.
Yoruba men
Listen.
are wicked souls.
Yoruba men, the Yoruba and like I'm not even trying to generalize or whatever. I know it's not all man.
I mean, it's
but,
your
like,
reality still, yeah.
I just feel like Yoruba men really showed me shaggy. And like the first person that I can say that showed me like real sweet, like tender romance was an Igbo man.
Right. I think you were about to say
Yeah,
tender
Igbo men
shaggy.
can love.
No, tender. Well,
It's
Because
funny.
there's tender
Tender-
shaggy.
what is tender
There's
shaggy?
real. What,
Tender shaggy is just.
I'm not gonna be
it's
the one
like,
to agree,
It's
yeah.
like when a kid
like
is
when you're
acting up,
done.
they pinch you small. And
I,
then
in fact, when you're done, you the recipient to be like, wait, that was actually shaggy. Oh.
yes, like I didn't realize
guy
that.
actually
so you have
dealt
to look
with me.
back
You have to
Yeah.
allow reflect.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
very
Ola
soft, very
Magic.
tender.
You
But
know,
you'd be like, oh my
what's
god.
what's traumatizing me right now is that as you asked me that I realized he probably did. He actually did show me some tender shaggy.
I'm so sorry.
Because
Damn,
like
sorry to open that wound.
he but like I feel like at the end of the day it was understandable in the context of our situation.
That's why it's tender shaggy. You
But
have to
then-
understand.
Wow.
It's
But
only a
then I
connection that can be
feel
understood
like-
by them.
That sort of like really changed the my outlook on men.
But
in
do you feel
general.
like it's also based off maybe there's a connection with you guys being from the same tribe? Because vice versa, I'm sure there's some Yoruba women that will say, it's Igbo men that have shown me shaggy now or something.
True.
So the thing is, what I realized was I was actually being very naive because our tribes didn't really actually genuinely play a factor in how we turned out in the long run. Do you get what I mean? So what I'm even trying to say is that I was so fixated on thinking that because a person is Yoruba, that means like, and they have that energy.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I was
Certain
focusing on the
characteristics,
wrong things.
Mm.
So now I'm just more like, does this make me happy? And like, am I into it or am I not into it? And then like that's just where I've gone from, to be honest. So now I'm like, at risk of sounding kind of racist, I don't see tribe. Like I'm just like, if as long as you're good to me and like the relationship works, then like it works. But I was really on this Yoruba man hill. Like I was willing to
Damn.
die on it. It was actually very
We've all
bad.
been there.
Damn.
It was actually very bad.
What
What is
about
yours?
you?
Do you have any?
Yes, I have several. As you people
Tell
have
me.
been talking about it, I have several.
So many things are
I mean,
Coming up
clearly
for
it's not
you.
fighting because she's still fighting.
I'm not.
Wow.
Sorry, can I just say I'm not in the streets rocking people's jaw. I get my lick back. I don't have to rock your
Are you
people's
sure?
jaw.
Are you
100%.
sure? You
I
sure
mean,
about that,
there's
honey?
no evidence, so now she can.
Period.
That she's not working for
Anyway, my own is gonna sound very, very strange,
Mm-hmm.
but it's Yoruba respect.
What?
I feel like
I'm gonna get on this. She just
It's
opened
Euro-
something.
yeah,
Oh,
Yoruba
Jesus
respect.
Christ! I'm gonna get on this.
Okay, so generally then me. So generally, Yoruba, I think it's obviously it's all over Nigeria, but it's specifically with Yoruba people. Is this just blind respect?
I agree.
As long
Oh,
as they're
Jesus
older
Christ.
than you, you have to respect them. Even if you're older than them, if they hold a certain position, you have to respect them. You have to give them reverence. You have to do this. You make yourself uncomfortable to meet their needs, yeah? When I was younger, obviously, both my parents are Yoruba. It was very much just because you're older than me, I'm going to respect you.
Yeah.
I see one auntie, I kneel down. Oh, auntie, I'm gonna have
Yeah. I hear
no,
that.
get the fuck out of my face. Some of you don't even respect yourselves. Why should I respect you?
I get you.
As in, there are adults that your behavior shows time and time again that you should not be respected, that you want to enforce me.
I hear you.
And to me, it becomes very performative.
Yes.
A lot of,
absolutely.
I'm gonna say a lot of Yoruba people, because it's Yoruba people that I've seen do it, yeah. But I've seen
They're
a lot
loud
of
about it, is the
Yoruba
thing, yeah.
be so disgusting. Like, for me to be scared of someone, you have to do a lot, yeah. But be so disgustingly wicked to someone, and they package it up as, oh no, I was just trying to, I didn't do you understand? And because they're doing all of the like performative things to show respect, right? They have something to stand on that, no, I wasn't being disrespectful. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what my own is.
Yeah, so I want to even like,
Yeah.
I want to like,
I
you
hear
know,
me
that.
now,
I wanna-
me now,
I hear
Stop
that.
me now, I can look you in your, I will not greet.
Yeah.
Mommy used,
Fair.
when there's certain people, yeah, that before they're coming to the house 2 days before, I will know. How will I know?
Your mom has
will start
warned
saying,
you.
no, mom said, "You call me. Kilo need. What do you need? What do you want? I saw this thing. I said I should buy it for you." Hours before they come home, we say, "John now." Shan, I have a message on my phone. I say,
Because she's
"Please
begging
greet
you.
them.
She-
John now, John now, John. Ow. It's only my mommy that's holding me.
I hear you.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely like buttress that because even aside just elders generally, I feel like even children-parent relationships. You see that idea of that you're my dad means the things you say are wiser
right,
or
yeah.
right.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
sorry, but and this realization only came like much later. Like,
Obviously.
and when I realization to the point of actually even putting it in effect. Some things they just I can actually sit down and have to tell my, because you know when they tell you like, what do you mean what I'm saying doesn't make sense? I'm like, yes, it does not.
doesn't.
I can prove to you how it doesn't make. Just because you're my mom or dad does not mean I can't tell you what you said does not make sense, right? But you see, for them, and like you said, it's mostly Yoruba people. For them, when you even use that term, it does not make sense.
They've brain with
What
first
do you
smack.
mean by that? It doesn't make sense.
Brain with first smack.
The minute you're coming at me with that defensive, you're not even trying to open your mind to what actually makes sense. I'll just leave you.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
I hear that.
And
yeah.
I've had to have sit down conversations with adults to let them know that, look, I'm only having this conversation because I'm respectful.
Out of respect.
And I don't believe that I would have to just start throwing out words to you without you understanding why. So that when I do, you know that it's because I tried the peaceful way
yeah,
and it
and
didn't
it
work
did not
out.
work.
Simple.
Fair enough.
I
So-
think it's also my parents that spoilt me though, because I grew up in a house where my dad would tell me sorry if he was wrong. Do you get it?
Fair.
Lucky.
Well, yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Lucky.
My dad, when my dad realized that he's a girl daddy.
I saw a tweet
Him
today
a
that
girl
said,
daddy.
I saw a tweet
Shut
that
up.
said, I'm giving my daddy daughter issues. And I
Oh my
laughed
days.
Wow.
so hard.
My daddy daughter
Because-
issues.
It's the awareness
Yeah.
for me.
Oh God, I'm giving my pops serious daughter issues. Like, let's now revenge. Let's
Wow.
That's crazy. That's
How can you
actually
say
crazy.
that?
Oh God.
That's actually
But
crazy.
like, it's absolutely fair. Like, I was talking about it to a friend of mine recently, and I was saying that it's so funny that you said this thing about respect, because my dad was one of those people that when he says one thing, it's either his
hard
way,
rule, yeah.
but there's no other way in this life. Oh.
Even the highway itself is not
Like,
there.
the highway is not
No,
there.
the highway is not
My
there.
way or the highway, no highway.
Like,
Yeah.
there's no. So it's so interesting that like our relationship has sort of transitioned from me constantly seeking his validation to me now transitioning to, you know what, I actually genuinely don't give a
I don't
fuck.
care. Like,
Right? And I've transitioned from not giving a fuck to like now coming back to the place where, you know what, like, also maybe because some things that my dad did to me, they were crazy, but I've chosen to forgive him. You know, I sort of move on from it. So it's sort of like I've now come to the stage where he now has to make an effort with me.
Yeah.
Like when I was especially between like when I was like 23 till when I was like 27, my dad always used to say I must be the one to call him. Like my dad can never pick up the phone and call me and be like, oh, hi, how are you?
because it's your duty as
You
a
know, my
child.
mom will call. My mom will say, Valerie, good morning. How are you? How did you sleep? That's how my mom is. But my dad will never call me. So when we now got to the stage of him trying to win me back, At the beginning, my dad he has stopped now, obviously, but at the beginning, he used to text me good morning every day.
I remember.
like,
I guess that's an over the
you
way.
know, and then one day I was like, Daddy, I'm going to finish your message. And I said, because if he doesn't message me, I won't message him. I was like,
Talk about circle of life.
I'm glad that we've come to this
gotten
stage
here.
where like you feel like my relationship is worth the effort for you to actually reach out to message me. But like I hear this respect thing too, and like I absolutely agree.
I told
Like,
people
I'm
like
on it.
I grew up because of the way I grew up in America, and I'm sure you can relate being in the UK. When you grow up in a first world country, even though you're Nigerian, you still have more freedom.
Yeah,
Because
100%.
they'll put the Nigerian mentality you in the house, but when you come out the house,
Yeah.
you're going by the ways of that
Yeah,
society.
that's very true.
So, like for me, I've always been respectful, but at the same time, have that like if they're disrespecting me, the same
Yeah,
they've told me
as
the
in-
rules of
Ideal.
But then coming back to Nigeria now, I've had to conform obviously because you can't be going around like every time. Because
Yeah.
whether we like to admit or not, when you do that, everybody here outnumbers us.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So you start to
Yes.
affect your
100%.
business,
Yeah.
your
Yes.
mental health.
Everything.
That you have to start
it's an
picking.
unnecessary fight.
You have to
Yes.
start
You have to
picking your
reshape,
fights.
yeah.
Because
Yes.
for me, I went through that a lot. Like even building my name, my entertainment stuff. Like from a woman's perspective, you guys have to go through obviously the men that are chasing you in a sexual way. For
It's not
us,
even that. It's not even just that. Sorry to cut you.
No.
I feel like when you move, there is first of all, there is a physical change you go through. I don't know if you went through it. There is literally a physical. I am a shoe size bigger in this fucking country.
no, I lose weight more here because of the stress than when I'm abroad gain weight because I'm eating gym. I gym here, but it's like the stress hits you
There's
more
just some
than
sort of
something-
degradation.
There's something
Prospectively,
that will happen.
degradation.
Yeah. And
Prospectively.
then there is this cognitive dissonance that you go through. Yeah.
it's the word.
There is
Cognitive.
She's been waiting to drop that one.
Yes. I have.
From the heart.
She's been waiting
There's
to
this
drop that one.
Cognitive.
Because I remember 6 months into me moving to Nigeria, there was a period of about 8 months I was angry every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Very
got
fair.
into a verbal like back and forth at least once
And
a
do
day.
you know why that is? Is because you are coming from, again, you come from a society where it's not even that country is the greatest country, but things work and there's a mentality
Yes.
of things in terms of the way people think
They mind
that
their
you
business,
process,
they just- yeah.
you understand? But here you come here, first off, like I said, there's the blatant disrespect, there's the over familiarity, then there's just the
There's
people
the
that
people
you
that are
meet.
trying to scam you.
There's that.
There's the people that try
And
to
again,
scam
because
you.
you're now an IJGB, especially if you have an
Yeah.
accent, you are literally
are in the
target
trenches,
number
baby.
one.
They're just always
So you have to now unlearn. You don't even realize it, but after you now do a year here, you now realize I have to unlearn so many things that are actually me.
part of you.
But now I have to develop this new shell to survive in this
Yeah.
place. And that's what I was coming to with the respect thing, because like building it up, I had to now go to that respect thing with OGs, as they say, or the guys that are already established. But for me, I had a cheat code because I had brothers and cousins that were already in. So I've been in the industry since I was
Yeah.
young. But now doing my own thing, you started seeing when there'll be tension, because what I noticed was when you're starting, of course, they'll like you, because my bro, now my bro.
Because you're not a real competition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But once I saw it, and the things I haven't talked about it a lot, but once I started, I started being competition, quote unquote. The way niggas changed on me, the way niggas now were trying to have this disrespect as by young boy, I had to switch on a lot of them, and it made me lose a number of relationships. But then I realized when I was doing too much Yankee, I had to now play the Niger game.
Yeah,
Because again,
100%.
you have to think of your business where it's like, okay, I'm always going to be respectful, but there's a boundary in terms of if you cross this boundary, then trust me, you have to see my side. If not, I have to pick my fights now. Just like,
Really wisely.
I'll come back for you eventually. But and the thing is, you know what's the worst part? I don't know about you, but it messes with your mental so much. 'Cause
does.
especially when you're the kind of person that's
For
like,
sure.
I know I don't take this up, but I have to think long term.
Yeah. There's so many people, yeah, that have like disrespected me. But one thing I always say is I'll always catch you on the back end. Me, a lot of times I leave things to go, but in the back end I say, Shebi, you thought X, Y, and Z.
That's
I said, thank God we're sitting next
Oh
to each
my
other
days.
now. And you continue your life. Because if you fight everybody, first of all, you run mad. You'll run out of energy. And then everybody in Nigeria will label you as like a
That's the
they'll
and that's
black-
the
they'll
worst.
black-
They will black. Is
they'll
it not?
blackface.
Is it not him that's always fighting, or how that's always fighting? You don't know.
And
the one.
Nigerians, when I get
That's
bad
the
mouth
one.
too.
That's the
Would
one.
I get bad mouth too?
That's the one.
They say, is that not? No, Shebi he did it to this one. They say, that's how we usually does.
You know,
Sir,
another thing I
relax,
just realized I was talking about this one thing I used to believe in, but I guess I don't. Not that I don't anymore. Like I'm getting back to that point now that I really don't give a fuck anymore. But before I used to be like very more free spirits in Lagos. Where I was very more expressive, sharing my life and all
Honestly,
that
I feel
stuff.
I hear
My
what you're
personal life
saying,
and all, like, because I know so many people based off, industry and all. Man,
They don't give a fuck about
thank you.
Nobody gives a shit.
Thank you. I changed on, and once I realized that, I'm just like, I bet. And when I say I don't give a fuck now, it's more of if I post anything or saying things because I want to, it's for me. Like, I don't care what anybody else says. But before, it's like, oh, I would care and all that. But nah.
You know, this is wild because, and I'm sure I'm probably the only one who has this, but one of the things that actually changed for me is like my perspective on friendships, right?
Period.
Now,
Yeah.
Not that I don't have friends, not that I don't have people I'm cool with, close to everything like that. But you see, that best friendship point doesn't exist in my life anymore.
Actually.
I have people who I'm very close with. I have people who I'm much closer than very close with. But you see that somebody knows everything about my life. There's not a single person on the face of this earth, right? And
really?
yeah, and I say this because I guess also being burnt out of oversharing and the problem again is I mean when it stems from
You get vulnerability hangovers.
there we go. So I'm very vulnerable with people that I have full trust in. And that always bites me in the ass. And
I hear that.
what then happens is when you're a vulnerable person, you're always looking for where to pour that vulnerability.
Yes.
You're always looking for. And so once someone opens a window, you're not
We're all
really
guilty. I'm sure we're all guilty of
yeah,
it.
you're not really in your full faculty of reasoning.
Yeah.
At that point you're just like it's the truth.
My guy say the grace.
It's the
You're
truth.
not in your full faculty of
It's the truth. And what then happens is you just believe this person has my well-being at heart, right? And so you start pouring.
But they just want the tea.
They just want the tea, honey.
They just want the tea.
I remember the days. You just remember the day somebody used my own story. I told them
As an example.
Jesus.
in an argument. So like that time I told you COVID, I lost EMG. I had to close the whole EMG during COVID. So I told them about it. Obviously at the time being vulnerable, like how I went through a very bad depression for like 2 years. The whole time I'm good. No, I'm happy. But building Sunday last year, I was depressed as fuck.
Right.
But I obviously cover it doing parties and all that. Then fast forward later down the line, there was an argument about something, and the person used that same storyline of when I went through my depression and everything against me. I said, yeah.
And
Yeah, you know,
And the thing is, it almost got physical. Like I actually just had to go crazy and go physical. Then I had to like catch myself and see like, why would you let somebody even get you to this point?
Exactly.
And it just made me like I say, calm down. Like when you said the friends thing, I've learned in Lagos especially, there are way more acquaintances than friends.
Way more. And that's what it is.
Now my guy is a lie.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's
I'm glad
it's
that
down
guys
to-
are learning this because
No,
people
but
don't
the
know each
thing is-
other's names.
No,
but
you know what's funny?
We actually
We've
do know.
always known this,
We've
but
always known.
it's women sometimes, and I
That
understand.
take it
And I understand where you guys
more.
are coming from.
Yes,
Like
exactly.
you guys will always see us together and say, "Hey, you should
It's
know him
not
by
your
now."
guy,
No,
it's
but
not
you
your
don't
friend.
understand. There's so many guys I know. This is the level I know them. My G, how body now? How you did? How's the family?
It
You're
could
good.
even just
Oh
be
yeah,
the
now.
only time we see is at the gym.
Exactly.
But the way we greet, you think
think,
it's not your
these
guy.
people
I
are-
see you guys greet each other. at the
I
gym.
tell people
It's a
I
guy
can
thing.
count the niggas that come to my house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or I've been to their house.
And the thing is, the funny thing for me is, even if I've known someone for 20, 25 years, right? It still doesn't mean that by virtue of how long I've known them, then I should put my full trust in them.
No,
Because I've had the people
that one
too.
save day.
I had to
Another
learn
thing is
that.
also
I had to
because
learn
people
that.
are going through what they're going through, the worst thing is that you're sharing what you're going through and they're giving you snippets.
Yeah.
And then now you think you know about their life, but they are also, aware that vulnerability will never cross a certain point because they know that it can be used against them at any point.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you are there with your free spirits, pouring everything out and just saying, this is what I went through, that's what I went through.
I've been
And
there.
then one day they are using your story as an example to not go through. Like,
Do you feel like you
that's
were
what one of my
more
guys
like
went through,
that
so-
when you moved back?
Honestly, so for me, I feel like everybody was my friend. Yeah, like, but shall I tell you what the craziest thing was? It didn't take much for me to realize that
That's not really the case.
Like, it wasn't anything dramatic. So I personally, when people ask me about moving to Nigeria, how do you do it? I say it's God and stupidity that kept me safe.
Fair.
God and
Actually,
being
'cause being
very
stupid in so
wet
many situations
behind the ears kept me safe.
Honestly, being stupid.
Let
can
me tell you.
definitely-
Should I
can
tell you
definitely
how
help
I
you.
knew? Like, almost not everybody that's your friend. I used to have a residency in a club, and long story short, this girl tried to sell me not once, not twice, not 3 times.
Tell you,
for a
Aspa.
month. Sell my bum bum.
Drink some water to that.
The things I've been through in this Lagos, not be small.
Oh my god!
It's
you
when
know
when
what
she said
I mean?
when she said this girl, I said so. Confirm it does happen.
It
No,
does
yeah,
happen.
100%.
I was having you remember a conversation I was having with you about. I don't even want to get into it, but the conversation I was having to you about my recent friendship breakup.
Okay, yes.
Yes,
Okay. Easy
You know
on
what?
that.
Let's just
Easy
freeze.
on that.
Let's-
Easy on that.
Yeah.
But what you were
Before I
saying, the girl
start,
that tried to
easy
sell
on
your
that.
bum,
Yeah,
like, so
so-
how did you find out?
So I was friends with everybody, and I was really close with 2. One was older, one was younger in PR. And basically, she would, I don't even know how she did it really, but she would always set me up on dates with guys, right? Like, she'd be like, this guy really likes you, he wants your number, like, he wants you to go, da-da-da-da.
So was she like trying to
Pimping you
locate
out.
pimp you out?
No, she wasn't trying.
She
She
was,
was.
pimping you.
but
It is-
she
I'm
wouldn't
telling
realize
you,
it.
It was stupidity that saved me. How was it stupidity that saved me? I'm like, yeah, I'm in Lagos, trying to build my dream. All that remains is the man. So I would go on these dates, right? They would wine and dine me, and it was always a great time. At the end of the date, they would say, like, so are you coming back to my hotel? Are you coming back to my house? And me, dumb me, I would say, what kind of girl do you take me like, are you crazy? Like, it would always be like, it would always end in a sort of argument, because for me, I didn't know you were collecting money on
But
my
they've
head
paid your
for
passion
the-
price.
Wow.
You're like, what are you saying? You're on the bill. Like, what you don't?
Wow.
like, but for me, it's literally like I'm on a date. Do you understand? And she knew who to target in terms of like the guys, because she would never go for like a baller. Do you get?
Right.
Someone that can say, oh, I'm gonna have you arrested. She would go for maybe the assistant's friend or something like that. So they still have small bar to move.
That was some serious shade that somebody went on a date on, but carry on.
Serious shit, actually.
As in
But yeah,
very
fair.
serious.
I mean, but fair.
She said
Like-
the assistants.
Friend.
Yeah. So, not who they think they are, but
Anyway, so do you get? So they still have money to move, but it's not like they can really do anything but cry and make noise.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So one day, I was talking to the older girl, right? And I was like, these dates this babe is setting me up on, like, all of them are always saying, like, am I coming back to their house, back to their hotel with them? Like, I'm confused. Is this how, my own was, is this how you man date in Lagos? Because me, I'm about to start a new trend. Like, I don't play that. And she was laughing, but at the same time, she was looking at me like, is this girl serious?
Serious, like, you know.
So she was like, wait, so all of these dates, I had been on like maybe 4 or 5 over like a 4 or 5 month period. And she was like, so you tell me all these dates you've been on, you've never slept with any of them. I said, I don't know them. Why would I sleep with them? She was like, you and her, you know you people are going to fight. And I was like, excuse me, that's my girl. That's my girl.
First of all,
So that's how one day I came in, greeted everybody. I think at that point I had just come back from another date, and I was walking up to her to greet her, to like gist her that, these Nigerian men are crazy. Like, what the fuck? And that's how I was like, oh, hey, babe. And she looked at me and she just turned her back. I was like, how far that? She was like, you're just going up and down Lagos, spoiling my market. And then she just walked away. Apparently, I was affecting her
not
credibility.
spoiling her
I
market.
was affecting her credibility as a pimp. That all the girls,
Welcome
other girls she
to
was
the
pimping
jungle.
is now, will they when they get here?
I
Because
love
there's
this
one
city.
that isn't. So when I tell you people that it's God and stupidity that saved me, yes, no.
That's actually crazy. I'm
that's
sorry.
it. That is it as well.
I hear
That's
these stories,
actually
and the thing
crazy.
is, now you see when I'll be saying all these TikTok stories and all that is because again I hear it so much. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
no, like,
girls
it's-
tell me
it's
stories about
ridiculous.
other girls. Just I'm like,
There's so many pimps in Lagos, it's actually incredible. But my advice to you people, I'm not saying you people are pimping, but if you are pimping and they enter flights and they catch you, you're going to be caught for sex trafficking. That's the advice I'll give you. Make you no go do
Fair enough.
international crime.
Fair enough.
Wow.
That's good food for thought in case
Wow.
you're thinking to delve into that business.
Wow.
And on that note, we bring the episode to a fantastic
I love it.
close. That is very fair. It is sex trafficking.
Ah.
So, wow.
If you're extradited, you know, you people don't have a set
You know,
to
that is actually
somebody's money.
so crazy. You know, when you're committing, when you're doing certain things, you think,
It's small now.
But then,
You see, me, you know what's funny? No, like, I thought of, all these things we're talking about in Lagos that happens. I've been offered it, like, to even do it or be in those positions, but the
to bring a
only...
babe,
No, to even be like a pimp and not, like I do events. Girls come to my parties, but the thing is, girls come organically in terms of they're coming to have a good time. They like the experience.
Ew.
But I've never pimped any. I've never. Oh, let me introduce you. I even hate that thing with passion. I can say it on camera confidently. Like I can't.
Congratulations, I
Now
love
the reason I haven't also is because I get US passport. So like you said, I think of if they should arrest me, it's federal prison.
You see those
Federal,
Let me tell you
God
something, yeah.
forbid. Not even bro. Do you know federal prison? That's my biggest fear.
Let me give you guys a little history. You know, Nigeria, they do used to be owned by the British. That means we're part of the Commonwealth. Do you know how many countries are in the Commonwealth? Those extradition laws are strong, baby. They're gonna catch you anywhere you go. I remember most
gonna
of you need
catch you.
visa.
Lord,
Wow.
Stay safe out there, my niggas.
I am
That's actually
so
accurate.
That
Stay
is
safe
a
out there, my
wondrous
niggas.
wow.
Jail.
That's
Jail.
basically the consequences are robust.
To me,
Listen,
it's
because
not
it's
worth
very
it.
fun.
It's- Bro, can you imagine going and say sorry? You cannot travel for the next 10 years. Ha!
Those extradition. Don't say it's Nigeria. Oh,
God,
my
no, how
boy.
did the Yoruba say? God not allow us to see evil.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
Ah, yes.
Onijaka ratio.
That's it. Oh my god. So I think that rounds up the episode of this podcast. It's very fun.
Yes. it
Yeah,
has.
with a sprinkle of legal advice. I
Yeah,
love
so the
it.
sprinkle of legal, I love it. You know, yeah. Always,
Please take the
yeah,
advice
always
more than
tell-
the other experiences. Thank you very much.
Honestly, do you guys want to? So you can find the boys on Menisms. The
Shout out
men.
Menisms
Oh, you can
podcast
find the men
on
on
YouTube.
Men.
On Menisms.
You know, actually, before we close this, it's a very good thing. So, at what point do we actually become addressed? Because this came to you naturally, the boys, right? But we're both over 30. So,
Right.
at what point?
So do you know what
You
it
guys
is
get
for me?
addressed.
Yeah. Should I tell you what it is for me?
Yeah.
If I'm talking about you individually,
Right.
I would say that man.
Right.
Yes.
But
Or
the
that
boys.
guy.
Right.
But then
I feel like the boys was more like a term of endearment.
Yeah, like
I don't feel
the
like I
boys.
meant it like.
No, which
Or
is
the
fair.
lads.
Which is also fair.
The boys
So,
or the
but you know, there's also
What
a
does
way
the
we
girl
would look.
say?
I'm like, I feel like I know why.
There's also a way.
We don't have that aesthetic look like, oh, the man.
Yeah, where-
We don't have.
was
I
gonna
mean,
say-
not that we're not fine boys. Well, okay. Well, I think I look
you
okay.
literally have the aesthetic. You're wearing trad.
No, don't
You
get
got
me
the trim,
wrong.
the
But
palms.
okay, this is what I
But
always
he
say
still
to
has
some.
that. He still
I
has
still got that young face.
Yeah,
like
he still
it's
has
like
that.
you can't tell I'm 30 plus yet.
So
Yeah.
No, I'm
Can you-
shaking. I'm shaking. I'm
like-
shaking. No, you can't.
Like I'm 31. Some girls still think you're 25. I'm like,
No, because everybody's 25 or 26 in Lagos. Like,
26.
Yeah.
26.
I'm screaming.
26.
Everybody.
I mean, I said it like I said it like an endurance.
It's-
I didn't mean it like
yeah.
I didn't mean it like I didn't look at you guys and think let me
A
call
group
them
of-
No, and that's also
friendly,
fair. So
yeah.
I even said this because, of course, naturally, men hate being called boys, right? Just by virtue of the fact that in a lot of cases, being called a boy is in a way to put you down.
Yeah.
Not in this context,
Yeah.
right? But I'm now just thinking that because it comes to you naturally, what changes that impression on someone
So
naturally?
I can't lie.
from a boy
for
to
me
become a
for
man.
me to instinctively see a group of male species
And call them
together,
those men.
I call them, they must be grey.
Fair enough. I mean, and that's
Wow.
fair.
They
This
must
is-
be
Yeah,
grey. They will have
actually.
big
Fair.
belly.
Big
Just
belly.
I was about to say big
Fair.
belly is going to be a
To
factor.
be honest, I would never see a group of like young, fine men.
Those were
and
the
say-
boys
and
are-
say, oh, look at those men
Those
over
men
there.
are-
I'd be like,
okay.
oh, those boys, the lads
It's the
over
same way
there.
we
Fair
see
enough.
a group of fine women.
We'll be
Now
like,
we'll
okay,
say,
there's
"Oh,
some
girls, there's
fine
some
girls.
girls.
Like our guys, see those girls.
Those-
Yeah.
The day
True. Right, fair
someone
enough,
turns
fair
around and say, those women over there. Say,
Already, you're thinking,
Yes,
50
you think
plus.
the
Sorry.
aunties
In
the
fact,
building.
off the top of my head, I'm already thinking, okay, Ashoebi, they're
You get
wearing
me.
lace,
Fair,
they're
fair.
wearing.
That's actually true. Wow.
Okay,
Okay,
so
fair.
yeah, that's
So
it.
let us know where we can find the blokes.
Men,
the lads.
Right.
Menisms podcast on YouTube, Menisms podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, on all the audio platforms. You can find us, and then you definitely will enjoy this episode. If you enjoy this episode, you'll enjoy us.
And your
Love
Instagram,
that.
your Instagram as well.
I don't need to
I
give
think
it out
we-
anymore.
I think we
Yeah,
will.
there's no need
Sorry
for our
about-
personal
I
Instagram.
don't
We're
need
good.
to
We're good.
We're
Right.
Well.
Murewa's
Don't put
Instagram
yourself.
is-
Don't put yourself in the
If
fire.
you want, if you
Don't
want,
put your.
if you want Murewa's Instagram, message. Oh, I don't want to be a
My tick-
international
my
laws.
ti-
There you go. Trafficking.
Wow. Wow.
Already flouting the first advice.
Wow. Wow.
If you want me on TikTok scenario on deck, I can give you my TikTok.
Okay.
So find me there. What about
if
you,
you're smart,
Murewa?
you
Where
can
can they
find
find
us
They
you?
can't find me.
Where can they find your business?
What business?
How dare you?
No. As it is now, I'm good.
What do you mean,
If
what
the business
business?
is found, it's found. The business is in a place where
The funny thing, I was going to wear your outfit today, but then I didn't want
you know
to
the
be showing
funny thing,
chase.
and this is just also just a caveat on the side. Funny thing about business is that marketing isn't always good depending on where you are mentally as an entrepreneur.
Okay, fair.
And so that's where
Yeah,
it is. So,
that's true, you know.
so yeah. So as much as you want to plug someone, let them want to be plugged as well.
Oh yeah, so you say I should stop plugging you?
No, not
So yeah,
stop.
where's the
But
plug?
when the time is right, I'll
Murewa
plug
said
it.
less of that,
Less
please.
of
I say let's don't mind. That's really what I said. Stop plugging me. I beg now. It's enough now.
Oh man.
He said, you're embarrassing me. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. Don't do it again.
You can find us Lowkey Relatable Pod on Instagram, Twitter,
This is awkward.
and TikTok.
Now
This
you're
is
gonna
the
keep
way
doing
she
that in the
said
mirror
this.
a lot.
She's
I'm
insane.
like, should I start that?
Go for
But
it.
this
I
is
You're
can
not
find a
magic.
pose. I can find a pose that
can-
might fit me.
Is
It's just even
big?
the
know that I'm
effort
doing
to
one
now
hand.
raise, and then you know sometimes as a woman
You
you
the way you're
dress
just doing it.
strategically. Sometimes, what if your elbows are actually? I'm joking. I'm joking.
Last question. Hold on. Before we go, do you feel like your future partners in Lagos?
Oh no!
Damn, that's
Help
crazy.
to the no, to the no.
Okay.
know.
Let me
Second
tell you
question.
something. God wants better for me.
Wait. Second
No.
question.
Damn,
Then
that's crazy.
have you both? And this is why I say that's question one. Have you tried dating outside of your circles or your normal type you go for? Because
Yes,
this is
I
where
have,
self accountability comes into play.
I have, you know.
And how?
I have, you
Oh my
know,
God,
and
I need to show you
unfortunately, I
TikTok.
started dating a fan, and it was a very scary
Wait,
experience.
that's a fan now.
I didn't know he was a fan.
That's crazy. And I really wanted to know about that, but we're already done.
That's-
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd
so
be
we're
good.
going to talk
Wow.
about it off camera. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is actually a mid-season
Break.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going on a very short break, but
Yeah.
we're going to come back and give you guys a more delicious episode. So stick around. Love you.
Love you guys. Mwah.